Hi and welcome. In this chapter, we will discuss about Internet Gateway. So, Internet Gateway it is a VPC component that allows you to communication between your VPC and the Internet. So, the meaning of this is, for example, let's say you deploy a virtual private network or VPC, and then you create a subnet 1 and subnet 2. So maybe the VPC address space is or CID here is 10.0.0.0 slash 22, and the subnet is 10.0.0.0 slash 24, and another subnet is 10.0.0.1.0 slash 24. So you deploy a virtual machine over here and you deploy another virtual machine over here. So by default there will be a route table attached. This is called main. However, you may create a custom route table and you can attach that custom route table to this particular VPC as per your requirement. Just imagine we have created a custom route instead of the default. So this is the custom route table and you attach that custom route table to this VPC. So now if you want to communicate between these two, by default you will have the route which is in the custom route table. So it will allow you to communicate between the virtual machines. So the route table entry is 10.0.0.0 slash 22. So next destination is local. So it means using this route you can communicate each other, or you can communicate with n number of VMs inside this particular VPC. Now the question is, let's say you have internet. So you want to communicate from your virtual machine to the internet. So, by default, this communication is not allowed in Amazon Web Services. If you compare to Azure, etc., by default, you can communicate to internet. However, in Amazon, by default, this communication is not possible. So, in order to have a communication to the outside world, you need to deploy something called Internet Gateway, which is called IGW as well. So, this is the VPC component you will deploy inside your VPC. So if you have 10 VPCs, you need to deploy 10 internet gateway. So if you have single VPC, you need to deploy single IGW. So once you create your internet gateway, then on your route table, you need to enter a route saying that any traffic which is 0.0.0, which we represent as any traffic, if they wanted to talk to internet, first it should go to the internet gateway. So you need to add this entry in your route table. So once you have the entry in the route table, then any traffic which you generate from the virtual machine, it can go to the internet through the IGW. So by default, what will happen? Let's say if you wanted to go to the Google or Facebook, whatever, when you type on your browser inside this virtual machine, all the traffic will first go to the internet gateway. From internet gateway, it will reach the internet. Similarly, let's say you have your home computer here. You wanted to communicate to your virtual machine in the Amazon Web Services through the public IP address of this particular VM. That also requires internet gateway. That traffic also it will traverse through the internet gateway and it will reach your virtual machine. So this is how internet gateway will help you to communicate between your internet and the virtual machine. So basically it will help you for the inbound and outbound traffic from the internet. So in order to take the remote of the virtual machine, first you need to create internet gateway, and then on the route table you need to add an entry which is I mentioned over here, which is 0.0.0 should go to internet gateway. So basically we need to have two routes. One is for the local communication and another for the internet communication. So let's go to the lab and we will see how to do that.